introduce yourself and your band?
Oh, greetings, Earthlings. My name's Ville, and I sing for a band called Him from Helsinki, Scandinavia, Finland.
So how's the tour been going this year? You guys were on Project Revolution, now you're on the road with Bleeding Through. Any interesting highs, lows?
Well, let's say all the highs being natural. So it's the first touring I've done since I was 15 that I've been sober. So that's kind of exciting. So no more punk rock for me, at least in after the gigs. No more punk rock behavior. But no, it's good. The band's tight. The set's good. We're happy, and it's good to be here for the first time. We visited a couple of cities we haven't played before, especially in Canada. So it's kind of exciting. We just played Calgary. Tonight is Edmonton, and then tomorrow is Vancouver. The day after tomorrow is Vancouver. So it's really good. I can't complain at all. Being a bit homesick, that's all.
And you guys are on tour with Bleeding Through, which is a straight edge band. Is it different being on tour with a straight edge band and being sober since going into rehab compared to other tours then?
Well, yeah. Well, personally it's very different, but on a personal level. But it's actually really weird. I haven't even met everybody from Bleeding Through. It's really weird. We've been touring for like 2.5, 3 weeks. I've only met the singer once. So I don't know what they do after the gigs. I guess that they just go into the bus and drive off to the next city. So they are basically exactly like we are. We don't socialize that much. But they're a good band. They get the crowd going, and they're a lot more aggressive actually than I originally thought. I heard a few of them songs, but they were the popular ones played on the radio and stuff like that. So they're really, really energetic and really aggressive when it comes to their live set. But people dig it, so I can't complain.
So going back to the artwork, I read somewhere that you found the painting in New Orleans art gallery. Is that correct? And what does it represent for Venus Doom? Or was it just a cool picture you liked?
Well, it's kind of both, actually. It's a cool painting I bought from New Orleans, as you said, on a tour maybe 2 years ago, and it's been on my, it's been hanging from my living room wall ever since, and since that is the room that I write all the songs in. That painting, the lady in it's been kind of like a guardian angel. A very bad one, I guess, but for the album. So it just felt natural to do something different with the covers, because we've had so many covers with heartograms on them, symbol of a band. Then it's just the vibe of it felt. The album's been more arty-farty, so the cover needed some arty-fartiness in it as well.
So how do you guys make the transition from playing huge festivals in Europe to smaller clubs in North America? And how does the stage show adapt? Different lighting, different production?
Well, it's the good thing about being in a band called Him is the fact that the kind of like level of success is very different from country to country. So we play smaller clubs in some countries and really big venues near like sports arenas in some, or used to. My star is waning, but so we're used to all of it, and I guess that makes it really exciting. That it's never the same old. It's always different every time we come to a city and or a country, and thank God our eyesight's bad. So after the first like 666 rows, we can't count anymore. So it's fine.
You guys will also be filming a DVD in the next week or so. Do you have any idea how that's going to come together? Is it just going to be live, just documentary, or no idea right now?
Well, basically we're playing, in Los Angeles. We're playing a club called, or like an old theater called the Orpheum, and we're playing 2 nights in a row, and those gigs are going to be shot. And then I don't know. It's like I'm kind of stressed out because of that, because the gigs are not done yet. I don't know in what kind of shape the band's going to be. We're playing good, we're feeling great, besides the fact that everybody's got the flu now, and you never know whether your voice is going to be shot or somebody's just not in the mood, or whatever. I don't know. So I'm waiting to get over with it basically, and see how it turns out. And thank God we have a great director, Mia Davis, who directed Rip Out the Wings of a Butterfly, and then The Kiss of Dawn for us, so we know him really well, and he's a little autistic devil, the guy. So I want it to be a bit freaky, the whole thing. So it would be probably a gig DVD, but with a lot of arty-farty shit going on. I don't know yet. It's like I haven't seen Mir in ages, and he's supposedly flying over to see us play in Seattle. So we kind of like discuss about it. So it's going to be a lot of B-roll, maybe some interviews. I don't know.
See what happens when it goes around.
It's better just to go with the flow, because the main thing on that DVD, forthcoming DVD anyway, that's supposedly released early next year or some, the gigs are the main thing, and we haven't done the gigs yet. So, there might be an earthquake when we're playing the gig. It's like you never know what's going to happen. So I know after I've seen some of the footage how it's looking and what we're going to do in post-production, how it's going to be edited, and, stuff like that.
So can you tell us about the Hell Done Festival this year? How's the lineup compared to other years, do you think?
We just got it done. I guess it's on net now, the lineup. I'm really proud of us getting Fields of the Nephilim playing there, because I grew up listening to that stuff. I'm a big fan of everything Carl McCoy has ever done with the Nephilim and Fields of the Nephilim, and it's the first time they're playing Finland. So that's a great thing. I'm super proud of that, being part of bringing them over, and hope that everything works out well. But it's just we're trying to get and then there's one day of just Finnish bands, because there's a lot of people flying in from different countries, and it's great to be able to show them, different aspect or what's going on in the Finnish rock scene. So we'll see. We're trying to expand it bit by bit, but it's so hard during that time of the year. It's hard to get bands, to fly in just for one gig after, like, people are having their Christmas holidays usually and stuff like that. So not a lot of bands on tour. So it's tough. We're trying to make it bigger and bigger each and every year. This time around, it's kind of like it's a transitional period. So we're working on 2008 already.
So with Amy Winehouse's drug alcohol addiction thing, you were approached to do the James Bond theme. Is that true? Is it in the works, or?
That's just rumors, I'd be glad to work on a Bond theme. It's obviously, I grew up watching Bonds. My favorite was Roger Moore, because that's I was that age. And Timothy Dalton, he's actually my favorite, which is kind of weird. But no, I never met those guys. I was in the same party, and then somebody just invented the rumor. But I'd be glad to do that with Amy, because I got a terrible crush on her. She's married for now, but I don't think it'll last. So I'm very hopeful when it comes to that. I love broken chicks.
So do you have any plans to get the Venus Doom tattoo, or have you already got it at all?
Oh, you mean the painting?
Or you said that you get tattoos based on the album and everything?
I got the monograms of Venus Doom. I did on the CD. Mm-hmm. They're like symbolic things, So I got them actually here. Oh. I got them when the album was. It just reminds me of getting out of rehab, finishing off a disastrous year for me personally, but on a creative level, a great year. So it's just when I'm thinking bad thoughts, it's good to, they're like reminders what to do and what not to do, more or less. And then you, at the end of the day, fuck it all up, eventually anyway. So
we have two final questions that we ask every band we interview. First one would be, what would surprise people most to learn about yourself or your band or anything else?
I haven't been in bed with a lady doing the deed in about 7 or 8 months now. That's a long time. Mm-hmm. My wrists really hurt. So, but that's pretty exclusive. So
the final question is, which of the following experiences have you encountered? Have you seen a ghost? Have you had an alien encounter, alien abduction, or have you seen the face of God?
Well, depending how you see God in general. Maybe I've seen the face of God several times in music and in my friends, seeing the truth and seeing love, but not biblical God. Definitely not. I'm not a believer. I'm a full-blown pagan myself. I'm proud to be one. Aliens, yeah, I've seen E.T. once when I was a kid, but that was in Tally, and I live in a house that's supposedly haunted. There's weird shit going around there, but not when I'm there. But I've heard that stereo start blaring out weird songs at weird spots of the songs. Like one of my friends was sleeping over at my place, and I was like shopping for more beer or whatever it was. It was maybe a year ago and done, and the guy woke up with my stereo all of a sudden blasting one of his favorite Anathema songs. Out of particularly his favorite line started just coming out, and nobody was in the house, and things been moving around the house and stuff like that. So I'm anxiously waiting. Please, please, come on, ghost, and show yourself to me, because the families that used to live in that house, it's an old tower where I live, and all the families said that there were ghostly encounters. So it could be that I'm way too jaded or whatever. Or the ghost likes me. He doesn't want to piss me off or make me scared.
So do you have any closing comments for the people online anywhere across the world or anything?
I wish I would. Buy the new Nicky Six book, The Heroin Diaries. It's really, really rough reading. I recommend that to everybody, because a lot of times people consider the life of being a rock star. That's just all glamour and all, like, a lot of hot chicks and a lot of blow and drink, and everything's just really cool, and that's very close to truth. I've never been shooting up heroin or anything like that, but vibe-wise, the fact that you're on tour all the time and you're just feeling that you're like living in a jail cell, which is your hotel room. It's a very, very good book. I'm very, very glad that Nicky was so honest when he wrote that one. So it's gonna hopefully help a lot of people out, from the misconception of thinking that it's just dancing on roses. Every rose has its thorn. I'm a big fan of rock a lot.
Okay, perfect. That was Mr. Valo from him.